Man, like, how far you want to go with this rap shit, man?
I'm trying to go higher than JayZ, man. We love.
I'm Durk, yo, what up, Chicago, JayZ?
It's like one of those moments you gotta stand here like you want JayZ in his for real, right?
You know who the new Hov is?
No.
I'm Durky over of Chicago's JayZ.
But then I love Lil Baby and Lil Durk because they will be the JayZ and Nas of this generation.
My soul is possessed by the evils.
So in this video, I'm going to be exposing Lil Durk and JayZ because recently Lil Durk was arrested and JayZ was accused of doing nasty things with Diddy. So they're obviously doing damage control to my videos because it's interesting how they're both in legal battles at the same exact time. So it's very obvious that Lil Durk is a character created based off of JayZ. And in today's video, I'm going to be gathering all the evidence from all of my Durk and JayZ videos, and we're going to go through the entire timeline of every time that Durk has admitted he was JayZ and all the damage control that he has done and all of the damage control that JayZ has done, because he's also put this in plain sight as well. But before I get into the video, I just want to let you guys know that me and Devon Sade have been posting very good videos on our Patreon. Whenever you don't see us upload on YouTube, it's because we're posting a lot of videos on Patreon. So be sure to join the Patreon if you haven't already. Divine recently did a good video explaining why celebrities are created, and one of the main reasons they are created is to make you insecure. They edit these characters and they make them look a certain way to get you to conform to that image, and it's an unrealistic image. So you're gonna spend your whole life following celebrities and letting them drain your energy. So this is why it's important to know that celebrities are fake and they can be edited at any moment. So go watch that video if you want to learn more information about that. I also dropped a video recently exposing Jimmy Carter because he's alive as a woman. So he has a female character and 3 other characters as well. So go check that video out. We also have a new video explaining what NPCs are and what they want from you, because all NPCs want to do is drain your energy. So this is a very deep topic. If you still don't know what NPCs and main characters are, then I recommend you join the Patreon and you watch these videos, because we have a lot of videos explaining what NPCs are and what conscious beings are. There's 2 different types of people in the world. You're either a conscious being or an NPC. There's no in between. So if you want to know more about that and other information about this simulation that we live in, join the Patreon and check out these videos. The link's in the description. Also, I recently dropped a video exposing DJ Academics for his weird humiliation ritual, and I exposed all of his characters as well on my second channel. The link's in the description, or you can search up Conscious X2 and subscribe to that channel. But now let's get into the video. So, as you guys can see, it's very obvious that Lil Durk is a character created based off of the character JayZ. If you're new to my channel and you don't understand what I mean by that, then I recommend watching my other videos and joining the Patreon as well. I have very detailed videos explaining how they do this, but I'll do my best to summarize it right now. So basically, when they created the Lil Durk character, they designed him on the computer first, and then they create the vessel physically. And when they were designing the character, the main template was JayZ. And obviously, every time they create a new character, they need to mix in a few other characters so that it won't be the exact same character, because they're not exactly clones. Clones are something that is a duplicate of the other, and that's not the case with celebrities. They do slight variations to change a few little features here and there so that it can look like an original new person. So what they're doing is they're creating new modernized versions of older celebrities to target the new generations. So for example, JayZ targeted the older generations, and now we have Durk targeting the younger generations. So that's what they do. They recycle the same characters over and over and keep manipulating the masses generation after generation. So it's that simple, and it's very obvious. Notice how Durk and JayZ look alike right now, but they also looked very similar when they first came out. In this comparison, you can really see the similarities in their eyes and their nose and their mouth as well. And here's some more side-by-side comparisons of JayZ and Lil Durk when they first came out. When they were younger, they looked very similar. And it's funny because I posted this on my Instagram and it went viral, and a lot of bots, aka NPCs, were mad in my comments because they said that they don't want to believe it because JayZ is ugly and Durk is not. But that's not the case. Both of these characters are very ugly and disgusting looking, but Durk is just a modernized version So of course the younger people would take more to Durk because he has all the modernized trends and characteristics that people like nowadays. But Durk is also very hideous and disgusting. He doesn't even look human. And I'm gonna show some pictures of Durk that actually look worse than JayZ at the end of this video. So make sure you guys watch this video all the way to the end, because I will be exposing some new connections that I found between Diddy, JayZ, and Durk. So here's some side-by-side comparisons of JayZ and Durk with glasses, and they look so much alike in these comparisons as well. So you have to be really blind to not see this one at this point, because it's very obvious that these two characters are the same, and they did similar things with their careers. So when they first came out, they both had very short hair, and then in 2019 they both started growing out their hair, and now they have these black dreads. So it's just funny how they both started growing out their dreads literally at the same exact time. And Durk recently dyed his hair black because he used to have it blonde, and that made him look even more like JayZ. And I'm gonna show some proof of NPCs even noticing this as well. So that's why they dyed his hair blonde again recently when he got arrested, because too many NPCs were noticing. So now let's go through the entire timeline of all the times that Durk has admitted he was JayZ. So the first time was in 2011. Somebody was asking him, how far do you want to go with rapping? And he said he wants to be bigger than JayZ.
Man, like, how far you want to go with this rap, man?
I'm trying to go higher than JayZ, man. You know, you gotta start somewhere small though.
So of course, out of all the rappers and celebrities, he mentions JayZ, the rapper that he looks like the most. And that was in 2011. So JayZ and Beyonce were already married for 3 years. As you can see, they got married on April 4th, 2008. And I bring this up because in 2015, Durk dropped his second hit, and it was called My Beyonce. And this is obviously a huge connection to him being JayZ, because JayZ was already married to Beyonce for 7 years when he dropped that song. And of course, now he has a picture with Beyonce, so that makes this one even more obvious. Also, these characters' vessels are odd. Like I said, Durk has some very strange pictures, and I'm gonna point that out throughout this video. Right now, I just noticed that his finger looks very strange in this photo. I'll zoom in for you guys to see. So anyways, this Beyonce connection goes even deeper because Lil Durk has the same gematria as Beyonce with the number 33 in the same cipher, just like Masonry. And I will be going deeper into the gematria connections because I found new gematria connections that I never mentioned, along with Masonry connections between both of these characters. So watch this video all the way through. And then fast forward to 2019, Lil TJ drops this song called Brothers, and he adds Lil Durk to the remix. And the reason why he added Lil Durk to this song is because in the very beginning of the song, he says he has 99 problems like JayZ. So of course, TJ mentions JayZ in the beginning of this song because his other character is Durk, and Durk is also on this song. Then 1 year later in 2020, Durk admits he's JayZ for the very first time in this song, The Voice.
I'm Durk, yo, what up, Chicago, JayZ?
And of course, he's doing One Eye Symbolism on the cover. So 1 day later, he makes this tweet and he admits he's JayZ again. And he says, one song better than a whole album. I'm really Chicago JayZ. And of course, he made this tweet at 2:02 a.m. because 2 + 2 is 4. And he made this tweet on September 4th. So that's 2 4s. And this tweet was made in 2020. And 2020 is a 4 year because 2 + 2 is 4. So that's 3 4s within this tweet. And that reminded me a lot of JayZ's album 444. So that's a huge connection right there, especially because him and Beyonce got married on April 4th. So they have a pattern of using 4s. And it gets even deeper than that because JayZ was born on the 4th and Beyonce was born on the 4th as well. And when I looked up when Beyonce was born, it shocked me because the song that he's referencing with that tweet is his song The Voice. And this is the same song where he admits he's JayZ. And so I did more research, and this song was released on September 4th, 2020. And this is why I was shocked, because Beyonce's birthday is September 4th. So he literally admitted he was JayZ on Beyonce's birthday. I can't make this up. It's right in our face. And as you can see, the tweet was made on the same exact day. So he drops a song admitting he's JayZ on September 4th, which just so happens to be Beyonce's 39th birthday. So Beyonce and JayZ are very connected to the number 4 because everything they do is scripted. And the reason why Durk called himself the Chicago JayZ is because he's admitting that he's a Chicago version of JayZ, because they create new versions of these celebrities. So that's why I explained earlier in the video that Durk is just a modernized version of JayZ. And then he admitted it again after Chief Keef made this tweet. So Chief Keef said, somebody tell JayZ to drop an album and put him on it. And of course, Durk responds as if he's JayZ, and he says, I am. So again, he's admitting he's JayZ. Then he does a concert and he says this is one of those moments where you have to stand up like you're JayZ.
It's like one of those moments you gotta stand here like you JayZ and his for real, right?
Then he admitted he was JayZ again. In the beginning of 2021, he recreated JayZ's photo. So as you can see, he posted this photo of JayZ, and then he also posted a photo of him recreating that photo. So by him recreating the photo, he's admitting he's JayZ. Then he admitted he was JayZ again in the caption because he said, Durkio, I'm the Chicago JayZ. Also, I noticed he's wearing this shirt that says Devils, and JayZ has a song called Devils, and I'm gonna talk more about that later on in the video. So 6 months after he posted this photo, recreating JayZ, I ended up noticing that JayZ was Lil Durk. And then I looked on his Instagram and I found that post, and I couldn't even believe that he put it in plain sight like that. So I just had to use this comparison as the thumbnail for my first video on this topic. And keep in mind, I dropped this video on October 22nd, 2021. A few weeks after I made this video, Lil Durk ended up deleting this post. So if you go to his page right now, it's still deleted, and I doubt he's ever going to bring it back. So that was the first damage control that I noticed after posting this video. But then they did damage control again with Gilly the Kid. He did an interview and he said that Lil Durk is the new JayZ.
Know who the new Hov is? No, I'm Durky over of Chicago's JayZ.
I have a video exposing Gilly the Kid, by the way, because he's also a fake character on the world stage. I'll put a link to that video in the description. I exposed 3 of his characters in that video. And also, Breakfast Club reported this clip of him calling Lil Durk the new JayZ. And I find that weird, it's like they needed to keep admitting in plain sight to a bigger audience. So, of course, after my video, they needed to admit the truth in plain sight. They always do this, if you haven't noticed. Every time I expose a celebrity, they either do damage control with that celebrity or they just blatantly come out and admit that what I said was true. And then I noticed that Gilly also had another video where he was turning up to Lil Durk, but then he called JayZ corny. So this is more mockery. So after they responded to my video, I made another video called Lil Durk Admits He is JayZ. Go check that out if you haven't. The link's in the description. And right after I made this video, Lil Durk posted JayZ on his story. And of course, it's in black and white for the duality symbolism, and then he's doing the vow of silence symbolism as well. And then Durk is doing one eye symbolism in his profile picture. So he posted this with no caption, nothing. He just randomly posted this right after my video. So we obviously know what he's trying to say. Then DJ Khaled made a video where he showed Lil Durk and 21 Savage JayZ's verse on God Did. And of course the camera is mainly on Lil Durk, and he's the one bobbing his head the most to JayZ's verse.
Please don't forgive me for what the stone did.
So I couldn't play the full video due to copyright, but obviously they were listening to JayZ. And so after that, somebody was asking Lil Durk, would you rather have dinner with JayZ or 30 million? And of course, Durk said, I'ma slide with Jay. So again, he's admitting the truth in plain sight. And also they know that cash has no value. I have a whole series about this on Patreon, exposing how cash is not real money. And that's why you shouldn't place your value in it. And I gave alternatives on what you should invest in within that video. So join the Patreon if you want to know more about that, because cash is not real money, and that's a very important thing to know. This is why celebrities flex so much cash and they don't really care, because cash could be printed, it has no value. So go watch that video, the link's in the description. And then Durk did another interview and he talks about how he almost met JayZ, but he caught a flat tire.
I remember a long time ago, I can't remember what year it was, JayZ came to United Center, and I think he brought Meek with him. And it's so crazy because he caught a flat. It was just me and him. He caught a flat tire.
We missed Meek and Ho.
And then JayZ responded because apparently JayZ had a conversation with Lil Durk, and there's no video of this or anything, so there's only blogs that posted about it. But Lil Durk admits that JayZ told him, "You motivate me." So JayZ told Lil Durk that he motivates him. So even JayZ responded to this, and he basically admitted it. That's why these blogs are saying Lil Durk admits. And they're doing this after my video where I said Lil Durk admits he's JayZ. So that's obviously damage control to my video, and they're also admitting the truth in plain sight. And then Lil Durk does another interview and he says that he likes JayZ's music. And then The Game did an interview around the same time and he admitted that Lil Durk is JayZ.
Cole was one that, like him and Jay, you gotta play them 50 times to catch what they're saying.
But then I love Lil Baby and Lil Durk because they will be the JayZ and Nas of this generation.
So not only did JayZ and Durk respond to my video, but they also got Gilly and The Game to admit that Lil Durk is JayZ right after my video. So that was a lot of interviews where they admitted this in plain sight, but there's still more. So Durk did an interview with DJ Academics and he told him that Swizz Beatz was trying to get him in contact with JayZ.
And Swizz like, I'm gonna put you in tune with Jay. Like, I'm gonna put you in tune with JayZ, man, and I'm gonna let him know you come from the same back. And we popped up in the group chat.
You switch some hoes.
You switch some hoes. Can't wait till we have that one-on-one talk.
So of course Swizz Beatz is close to Lil Durk because that's another connection, because JayZ and Swizz Beatz were very close. They have so many hits together and they have so many albums together as well. Then this random rap page did damage control to my video as well, and these rap pages are not ran by real people, by the way. So they posted a video of Lil Durk and they said Durk looking like JayZ at the NFL draft party with Chase B. So of course they're admitting the truth in plain sight with this, and of course Durk dyed his hair black to look more like JayZ right after my video. And him being at this NFL party is also a connection because JayZ is involved with the NFL through his company Rock Nation. As you can see, they signed a deal around 2019. And then on top of that, 2 years later, JayZ and Jeff Bezos considered buying the Washington Commanders football team, and that didn't go through. But that's also a connection because Durk was at this NFL party and he looked a lot like JayZ, just like the caption says. And here's a side-by-side comparison of them. And that was not the only time where Durk looked like JayZ after dyeing his hair, because he took this other photo with the Chicago mayor, and even bots in the comment section noticed that he looked like JayZ. The top comment on that post was somebody that said they thought that was Hove, and Hove is a nickname for JayZ. So I believe this is why Durk dyed his hair black. He wanted to admit that he was JayZ because he looks so much like JayZ after dyeing his hair black and wearing these shades. So after all of this damage control happened, I made another video, and it was called Lil Durk Confessed He's a Demon Named JayZ. And of course, YouTube took this video down because it was a really deep video, because I dropped this video on June 2023. And during this time, I had just got out of religion, because if you didn't know, I was Christian in the first half of 2023. But that only lasted 6 months because I quickly realized that religion was a lie and it was used to enslave our mind. The Bible and religion was created to mentally enslave the masses and physically enslave them. So this is why people get on their knees at church and cry and all this stuff. So I already exposed this in this 1.5 hour long video. You know, that was my entire transition getting out of religion, and I exposed the Bible and every single religion in that video. So of course they took that video down. You know, it was too deep for YouTube. So that's why I only post these type of deeper videos on Patreon now, because YouTube has deleted so many of my videos that were too deep. So I recommend you guys watch this video. I exposed every single religion, and I exposed why they do the one-eye symbolism, and I revealed some deeper information about the third eye and why they want to close people's third eye. You know, the third eye is very powerful, including the pineal gland. So I have a lot of information about that. There's a lot of things put in place to calcify your pineal gland. I even gave some tips on how to decalcify your pineal gland. So go check that out. The link to my Patreon is in the description. So after I made that video, you know, they deleted it and I reposted it on Patreon. And then a few weeks later, Durk changed his profile picture on Instagram to JayZ. And of course, it's that same photo that I put in my thumbnail the first time I made a video about this. So this is all mockery. And so I made another video talking about that, and I grouped it together with the damage control that Red, Young Thug, and Nelly Choppa and Nelly did, because they were also responding to me during this time. So I grouped all of their responses together in one video. The link to all of my Durk and JayZ videos will be in the description. So this was the last video I made on JayZ and Lil Durk. And of course, after I made this video, Durk responded again with this song called Smirk Carter. This is obviously him referencing JayZ because JayZ's last name is Carter. And then that same rap page responded again, and they posted this video of Durk with a Chicago soccer team, and they said they thought Lil Durk was JayZ. So this rap page is obviously not ran by a real person, and they're using this page to do damage control. And some bonus connections here is this Instagram live with Durk and India, and somebody in the chat said, "Durk, you're JayZ now," because one of the waiters thought that Durk was JayZ. And then Amazon Music made this post, and they literally called Lil Durk JayZ. They said Chicago JayZ Lil Durk made a big announcement today. So they're admitting the truth in plain sight. And then in 2021, Lil Durk and JayZ were on the same albums together. So Drake dropped Certified Lover Boy, which if you rearrange it, it's actually Certified Boy Lover. But anyways, as you can see, Durk and JayZ were both on this album. And then Kanye dropped Donda, and of course JayZ and Durk were both on that album as well. And then DJ Khaled dropped an album, and again JayZ and Durk were on that same album. And then there was a soundtrack for the movie Judas and the Black Messiah, and of course JayZ and Durk were both on the soundtrack, and their songs were only 5 tracks apart. So now let's get into the Gematria connections. The first thing I want to point out is their names having the same amount of letters. Durk is 4 letters and JayZ is 4 letters. And like I mentioned earlier, JayZ is very connected to the number 4. 4 is connected to the planet Saturn. And if you read our numerology ebook on Patreon, then you know why they use this number so much. So go check out that ebook. The link's in the description. And now let's get into the Gematria connections with their names. And these are new connections, by the way. I never pointed this out in any of my other videos. So Lil Durk's first name is Durk, and JayZ's first name is Sean, and they both have the same Gematria of 18 in the same cipher. And then JayZ's nickname is Hove, and of course Hove also matches to Durk with the number 18 again. And then they also match up in the ordinal cipher. Hove equals 45, 45 reversed is 54, and Durk equals 54. And JayZ has a lot of nicknames. One of his nicknames is Jigga Man, and Jigga Man also matches to Lil Durk with the number 27 in the same cipher. And then JayZ connects to Durk's birthday. So Durk was born on October 19th, and JayZ equals 19 in Gematria. I can't make this up. And then JayZ has 2 other nicknames that also match up to Lil Durk, and these are Hova and Jigga. Jigga, Hova, and Jigga Man all equal 19 in Gematria, and Lil Durk was born on the 19th. And then Lil Durk has a lot of nicknames as well, which is another connection to JayZ. Both of these characters have so many nicknames, and one of his nicknames is Durkio. Durkio matches up with JayZ's nickname Jigga Man. They both equal 74 and 33, and I circled the 33 because, as we all know, Masonry equals 33 in Gematria, just like Lil Durk in the same cipher. And this is obviously a connection to JayZ because we all know that JayZ is a Mason. This is why JayZ and Mason also have the same Gematria of 62 and 17. And then Lil Durk also matches to Freemason with the number 48. And this is a huge connection to JayZ because JayZ literally has a song with Rick Ross called Freemason. And look at how long this song is. It's exactly 4 minutes and 8 seconds, which is 48 because the 0 has no value. And like I just showed you guys, Freemason and Lil Durk both equal 48. I can't make this up, man. It's all in plain sight. And in that song, JayZ denies that he's a Mason.
I said I was a Mason, not that I'm a Mason.
So it's dumb that he's denying he's a Mason because there's proof that he is a Mason. Here he is in the middle of this Masonic lodge, as you can see. And notice how he's the only one that is looking at the camera in this photo. And they did that on purpose. It's all a huge joke, and it's a huge inside joke that only those who are consciously aware will understand this. And then Lil Durk's nickname Durkio also matches to Masonry. They both equal 33, 84, and 39. And then Lil Durk also matches to Jehovah with the number 33. And this is a huge connection because JayZ calls himself Jehovah, which is a play on the word Jehovah. So that's a huge connection right there. And JayZ's nickname Hov is based on the God character in the Bible, because the Hebrew name for the God character in the Bible is Jehovah. And in my Religion Exposed video on Patreon, I also exposed how the Hebrew meaning of Jehovah is I am destruction, because the God character is the God of destruction. He destroyed so many civilizations within the Bible, so many people, his own people, and he's done so many destructive things in that book that I've already exposed in my religion video. And this is also interesting because if JayZ is calling himself this, he's also saying that he's the God of destruction as well. This is why this mixtape is called Jehovah the God MC. So him and Lil Durk are destructive. This is why Durk's music is very destructive. And like I mentioned earlier, Durk had that shirt where he was posing as JayZ and it said Devils on it. And of course, JayZ has a song called Devils. And within this song, he says that his soul is possessed.
My soul is possessed by the evils.
This reminded me of Lil Durk because he has some very demonic tattoos. Here's one that he has on his back. And here's a demonic tattoo that he has on his chest of somebody that looks possessed. And it's ironic that they're both referencing demons because Durkio matches to demon in Gematria with the number 84. And when they reference demons, it's not literal. It's an analogy to a low vibrational being, and that's all that they are. This is why rappers promote low vibrational things within their music. And here's a clip of Durk admitting that he's with demons.
I be with demons and yeah, I admit it.
So while we're on the topic of the number 33, I wanted to bring up JayZ's bass character because the only photo we have of him was taken in Harlem, New York in 1933. And like I said earlier, Lil Durk equals 33 and JayZ is a Mason, most likely a 33rd degree Mason. So they're all connected to this number. And I will do a separate video going deeper into JayZ's bass characters because he has a female character and a white character as well. And Lil Durk not only equals 33 in Gematria, but he was denied a $3.3 million bail package after he got arrested. And ironically, he was arrested for putting a hit out on Quando Rondo, who allegedly killed King Von, even though we all know that was fake. And ironically, 2 months after Durk was arrested, Quando Rondo gets sentenced to 33 months in prison. I can't make this up. So they're both connected to 33. And as you can see, 2 months prior, Durk was arrested on October 24th. And this is funny because a week after this, Young Thug was released from jail. So they purposely arrested Lil Durk 1 week before releasing Young Thug because Young Thug was harvesting a lot of energy in jail. And now they needed somebody to replace that. So they arrested Lil Durk to take his place. So all of this is for energy. It's all fake and scripted. This is why I highlighted 24 and 2024 because Durk and JayZ are very connected to the number 24 and 42. This is why Durk's one and only Grammy was given to him in 2024. And this is why JayZ has exactly 24 Grammys. I can't make this up. And they're not going to give him any more because they need him to have that number 24. And 24 reversed is 42. And Lil Durk and Durkio both equal 42. And if you don't know about the number 42 and 24, I highly recommend you join the Patreon because Divine Sade did a really good documentary explaining the truth about why they use the number 42 so much. Look at the thumbnail. There's an arrow pointed at 42 Doug's chain, which is 42. You know, that's why his name is 42 Doug. It's all in plain sight. And the main agenda that she exposed within this video is how they use this number to control and manipulate black people. So I highly recommend you watch that video. It's too deep for YouTube, so that's why it's on Patreon. And again, Kobe wore the number 24, which is 42 reversed, and then he faked his death. And then they also had Jackie Robinson, first black baseball player, and he wore the number 42. Then they make a movie about him called 42, and Chadwick Boseman played the role of Jackie Robinson in that movie, and that's why he's wearing the number 42 on his hat. So I highly recommend you watch this video. You'll gain so much knowledge about why they use this number. Now let's get into the connections that they have with the one eye symbolism. As you can see on the thumbnail of my Patreon video, I showed how they both are doing the same symbolism. Durk literally has an album cover doing one eye symbolism, and he has one eye tatted on his chest. And here's another photo of that tattoo. And this is a reference to when he got injured, and I made a video exposing this because it was all scripted so that they can do one eye symbolism in your face. And then here we have JayZ doing one eye symbolism, and then Durk did one eye symbolism on the song where he admitted he was JayZ. And then here's JayZ doing one eye. Here's Lil Durk doing one eye. Here's JayZ doing one eye and the horns all in one. Here is Durk subtly doing one eye with his hair. And then here is JayZ subtly doing one eye as well. He even has a quote where he said, "You can want success all you want, but to get it, you can't falter. You can't slip, you can't sleep. One eye open for real and forever." So again, one eye reference. And now let's get into how they both do the triangle symbolism. Just like Aleister Crowley, which I have a video about. I'll put a link in the description. So JayZ is known for always doing this triangle symbolism. Here he is with Denzel Washington. And this is a connection to Durk because Durk is always doing the backwards triangle symbolism. So the upwards triangle symbolism represents the masculine energy. The downward triangle symbolism represents the feminine energy. So Durk is doing the feminine energy, and JayZ is doing the opposite, which is the masculine energy. So they're showing the duality nature, and most bots will think he's just doing this to show off his finger tattoos, but no, it's way deeper than that. He's clearly doing the upside down triangle, just like how JayZ does the opposite version of that. Here he is blatantly doing the upside down triangle. This can't even be denied at this point. And he's also standing in front of a casket, which could represent him or JayZ faking their death. And it's also predictive programming of King Von faking his death and all the other people around Durk that have died, like his brother, his producer, and so many other people. It was all fake and staged to harvest energy for Lil Durk and to make him a bigger celebrity. Then you have JayZ doing the symbolism again. And right here, Durk is doing the upwards symbolism, but it's more subtly done. You know, he's subliminally doing this. JayZ is known for blatantly doing this in plain sight. That's why this guy on the side is even looking at him. But I noticed with Lil Durk, they try to be more subtle with it and more subliminal, but he's still doing it. That's why I drew it on there right here. And then here we have JayZ doing the horns symbolism. And just like his younger character, Lil Durk, also has a photo doing the same symbolism. And then right here, Lil Durk is doing the vow of silence, just like that other photo of JayZ doing the vow of silence that Lil Durk posted on his story right after my video. Now let's get into the Rick Ross connections. So obviously JayZ is connected to Rick Ross. They both have this song called Freemason. So of course his other character Durk would also have a song with Rick Ross. As you can see, he added him to the remix of this song. And that was his first hit song, by the way. And then Durk has an interview where he briefly spoke about Rick Ross. And now let's get into the Diddy and Rick Ross connections, because for some reason, Durk and JayZ are both connected to Diddy and Rick Ross. Here's a photo of Durk hanging out with Diddy and Rick Ross. And this is a huge connection because JayZ also has a photo hanging out with Diddy and Rick Ross. I can't make this up, man. It's all in our face. So now let's get into the Diddy connections, because they're doing a lot of damage control with Diddy and JayZ right now with this alleged case of them doing this nasty stuff. And it's all fake and scripted to dilute your mind and get you to have these disgusting things in your subconscious mind. So knowing this is fake is important, so that it won't enter your subconscious mind, because you will know that it's not real. So Diddy is known for doing these nasty things at parties, and I guess that's what JayZ is being accused of doing. So of course his other character Durk would also be at Diddy's parties. Durk has a song called Party, and he says, "She wanna F cause she see me at Diddy's house." Then he has another song where he says, "Shots out of Chirac, born Central City, now I'm in LA, eating shrimp with Diddy." So Durk and JayZ are both connected to Diddy. He even has an interview where he says Diddy got him when he was young, and I can't show that video due to copyright. And then Diddy has this reaction when he realized that Lil Durk was on the song with Lil Baby. You know, DJ Khaled was showing Diddy his song with Lil Baby, and Diddy got shocked when he heard Durk's verse at the end, and he ran out the room. And I can't show the clip due to copyright, but you guys can tell by the caption. So this is another connection to JayZ being Lil Durk, because Diddy talks very highly of JayZ and his music, so of course he would love Durk and his music. Another weird connection between Diddy and JayZ, which proves that this is all scripted and fake, and we talked about this in our recent live stream. As you can see, JayZ and Diddy have the same name. JayZ's first name is Sean and Diddy's first name is Sean, and even though they spelled it different, it's still the same name. Now let's get into the Kai Cenat connections. So in case you didn't know, Diddy is Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat has admitted this multiple times. He even reacted to Divine Sade's video on this topic. So shout out to her. Go subscribe to her channel. The link's in the description. And the link to all of our Diddy and Kai videos are also in the description. It's important to know that Diddy is Kai Cenat because this is also a connection to Durk and JayZ. Here we see Kai Cenat with Lil Durk. And of course, Kai Cenat also likes JayZ. He said he wants to bring JayZ's Rocawear clothing brand back in style. So of course, Kai Cenat would like Durk and JayZ because Diddy liked JayZ and now Durk. And here's a video of Kai Cenat and NLE Choppa, and he talks about the time where Kai Cenat called JayZ.
And who called me after that? Man, JayZ called his ass. What a God. He was like, yo, kid. Dinner with me for 100,000 kids. Hey, tell me what I did. I said, man, both of them. I said, you know how I asked dinner with JayZ or 100K? He said both of them. And guess what? He got both of them. He was like, yo, kid, yo, the family love you. And after that happened, tell me what happened with it.
Is this JayZ? What the f***? Am I tripping?
And now let's talk about the Kanye connection. So Kanye has many photos with JayZ. As you can see, they're doing Symbolism right here. And of course, Durk would also be connected to Kanye. Here's a photo of them together as well. And Kanye has this song with Lil Durk called Jonah. And in this song, Durk even mentions JayZ. He says Kanye and Jay are still brothers. And JayZ and Kanye have so many songs together. Kanye produced this song for JayZ called Lucifer. And they also have this hit song called Niggas in Paris. Of course, somebody's doing Symbolism in the crowd on the thumbnail. And this is a connection to Durk also because Durk was modeling for Amiri in Paris. So Kanye and JayZ used to be close friends, but then they started beefing when Kanye called out Beyonce and said that it was rigged for her to win the Grammy. And then JayZ fell out with Kanye and he called Kanye crazy. So of course, JayZ's other character Durk would make a song called Kanye Crazy, and he dresses up as Kanye throughout the entire video, and he wears the same things that Kanye wore in his biggest music videos. Now let's move on to the J. Cole connection. J. Cole was the first artist signed to JayZ's Roc Nation record label. They also have a song together called A Star Is Born. So of course, Durk and J. Cole have a hit song called All My Life. Then the Alicia Keys connection. JayZ has many hits with Alicia Keys. So of course, Lil Durk would also make a song with Alicia Keys. Now let's get into the Drake connection. So JayZ and Drake are obviously close. They have photos and songs together. So of course, Durk and Drake would also be close. They have this hit song called Laugh Now, Cry Later. And it's funny because they made these smaller characters based off of Durk and Drake. You know, they try to call them lookalikes, but these are obviously just great value versions of Durk and Drake. You know, they're like Walmart versions, and they're called Izzy, Drake, and Perkio. And they even made a song called Attack of the Clones, Cry Now, Laugh Later parody. So they're mocking what they're doing when they create these celebrities. And I made a video exposing this because there was a lot of damage control that went on with this. Now let's talk about the Mary J. Blige and Dej Loaf connection. So Divine has a good video about how Mary J. Blige is Dej Loaf. The link's in the description. And this is a huge connection because Durk's second hit song, My Beyonce, is with Dej Loaf, and JayZ has many hit songs with Mary J. Blige. So if you notice what they're doing here, JayZ is Lil Durk, Mary J. Blige is Dej Loaf. So they have the same characters reuniting again with their younger characters. It's all a mockery. Then I noticed that their relationships are also connected. So Beyonce is a Virgo zodiac sign. India Royale is a Pisces zodiac sign. Virgo and Pisces have the same gematria in 4 ciphers. So what are the chances that both of their spouses' zodiac signs have the same gematria? And a few more bonus gematria connections I found that prove that JayZ is a character and a scripted character because he was born in 1969 and Society of Jesus equals 1969. And the shadow number of this year is 69 because the shadow number is the last 2 digits of the year. That's why when you write out a date, you just put the last 2 digits. And Illuminati is 69. So what are the chances Illuminati is 69 and JayZ was born in 69? And then Durk Derrick Banks is 169. And that used to be his name according to Google prior to his arrest. But I noticed ever since he got arrested in 2024, they changed his name. So this screenshot is from my video on Patreon from 2023. And they used to say that his name was Durk Derrick Banks. Now if you look it up, his name is Durk Devontae Banks. So they changed his middle name to Devontae in plain sight and nobody noticed. This shows that they can just edit and alter these characters and nobody will notice. Now let's talk about how both of these characters are women. As you can see, JayZ and Durk look like women. This is why they made this meme about Lil Durk being on Jimmy Neutron, and they showed this photo of Libby from Jimmy Neutron because he does look like her. Then they photoshopped JayZ on this woman, and then they said that this was Lil Durk, and then they said, "Nice try, JayZ, but I'm not buying you any more drinks." And this woman is doing the horns symbolism as well. And these pictures could be fake, but if they're not, and these are actual people, I wouldn't be surprised because they do make lesser known characters to infiltrate in real life. This is why they made Perkio and Izzy Drake. That's what they were showing, that they even make NPC characters in our everyday life. Then there was this other person that said that this girl looks like Lil Durk. And then they said that this girl is the female JayZ. And then Durk was on live and he covered one of India's eyes to do one eye symbolism. And someone in the chat called him a zesty grandma. Then there's this other woman that they said was JayZ. Then they said that Durk was the girl from Polar Express. And Durk looks very strange in this scene, by the way. This is from a show and he looks very different right here for some reason. It's like they edited his character for this show. Now let's talk about how JayZ and Durk are not regular looking people. Here's a young photo of JayZ and this does not look like a real person. And notice how their families never even look like them. Then here's a real photo of Lil Durk in high school with famous Dex. So this shows that they even infiltrate in high school with real people because both of them ended up becoming celebrities later. And Durk looks very weird. This is not a real person. I'm zooming in for you guys so you can really see this is not a real person. And here's 3 other photos where Durk clearly does not look like a real human. And this is what I was saying earlier in the beginning of this video, that Durk is also very ugly. All of their vessels that they create are ugly because they're not naturally made. And they purposely make them look like animals as well. This is why Durk looks like the doggo skin from Fortnite. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys now can see that Durk is a character created based off of JayZ. And I hope this helps you detach from celebrities and detach from the Matrix in general. And my main point of these videos is so you can go live your life and detach from all of this stuff. None of this stuff is real. It's all created to harvest your energy. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will be making a separate video exposing JayZ's base characters. Like I said, he does have a female character and a white character, so stay tuned for that video. Be sure to drop a like on this video, share and subscribe, and also subscribe to my Patreon. Like I said, I have a really good video exposing religions. You also get access to a group chat of other like-minded individuals. You get to DM us on there and ask us anything you want. You can schedule a phone call and you can get a numerology reading. And we also have 95 videos on our Patreon that are way deeper than our YouTube videos. So we're about to have 100 videos very soon on Patreon. So be sure to join if you're not already. If you haven't joined yet, you're really missing out. We have such good content on there. So join the Patreon. The link's in the description. Drop a like on this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm out.